You know, it's just like optimists and people about to escape an underground prison on a distant planet orbiting an exploding star like to say. The future is bright. And that's especially true when it comes to PlayStation 5. With so many amazing game announcements recently, it's impossible not to be absolutely fizzing with excitement for all the epic adventures coming our way. So we've got together and made a handy list of 6 incredible games heading to PS5 that prove the console has one heck of a sparkly future. And it just so happens that in the time we've written this video, they've only gone and announced Final Fantasy VII Rebirth as well. I mean...
What the Callisto... What? There's a mistake here. I don't have to do this one. Where's Ash? Why is she not doing it?
She's on holiday, so you've got to do it.
Oh, come on.
Just pretend you are Ash, and that you're really excited.
The game I'm most looking forward to is the Callisto Protocol. Oh, spooky.
No, but really, the Callisto Protocol is one gnarly-looking horror game, with recent trailers depicting all sorts of horrible creatures to face off against in a prison on Callisto, one of the moons of Jupiter. Taking inspiration from Dead Space, thanks to developer Striking Distance Studios' impressive lineup of Dead Space alumni, including studio founder Glenn Schofield, this gruesome sci-fi scarefest looks as though it's running on pure, unfiltered nightmare fuel.
Oh, my favourite.
I mean, you just have to look at this gorgeous clip of protagonist Jacob getting minced by a spinning piece of machinery to know what we're in for. And what we're in for is a good time, as plenty of blood, guts, and vicious alien monsters litter our journey across Black Iron Prison.
I personally cannot wait until the 2nd of December to see it all close up. Oh, please don't make me play it! Please don't make me play it! Please!
I've been trying really hard to not get too hyped about Final Fantasy XVI. You know, I'm playing it cool. The kind of cool you have to play when it's the day before your birthday and you know that big box with all the ribbons is a brand new PS5, but you're like, good evening, Mother. I'm looking forward to a nice, calm day of celebrating with my family tomorrow.
Are you okay, Robert? You're shaking.
Yes, I'm fine. I'm not getting ahead of myself, either with this pretend birthday scenario or the recent Final Fantasy XVI Dominance trailer. Creative Business Unit 3! It's too late. It's over. My cork has flown off and all the hype is fizzing out. Everything I see with Final Fantasy XVI makes me want to pedal furiously into the promised land of summer 2023 when the game is due to release on PS5. This latest trailer has made me realise 2 things. 1, I am uncontrollably helplessly excited for Final Fantasy XVI, and 2, I've been mispronouncing Ifrit for almost 30 years. But seriously, the dream team of development talent on board this game, from the creative forces behind Final Fantasy XII and XIV, 2 of my favourite entries, and Ryota Suzuki, the man behind the slick combat of Devil May Cry 5 and Dragon's Dogma, points to a game of beauty, scale, invention, action, and narrative brilliance. Plus, I am digging the return to medieval-style fantasy. You know, it's where it all began. Also, if the music in the trailer is anything to go by, then my goodness, are our ears in for one heck of a pummeling. Here are all the icons confirmed so far to play this entry out. I'm off to cryogenically freeze myself for 12 months. Thaw me out when Final Fantasy XVI launches, okay?
Death, taxes, us being excited about God of War Ragnarök. Is there anything more certain than the epic brilliance of this game blowing our faces clean off like an icy blast of Nordic winter?
The footage we've seen so far makes the 2018 game look like a dress rehearsal, quite frankly.
Ragnarök promises new realms, all 9 of them to be exact, and new ways in which to traverse them. The absolute best of which has to be getting pulled across the ice by a pack of very good boys. We've got new characters, plus the return of some old favourites and the tantalising prospect of going axe to hammer with Thor himself. Most exciting of all, however, we're going to find out what happens next for Kratos and Atreus. The father-son duo were the beating heart of 2018's God of War, a dense emotional core around which everything else orbited. The boss fights, the screen-shaking set pieces, the contemplative moments of quiet. For me, Kratos and Atreus are why I'm looking forward to Ragnarok so much.
You know, Draugr give you a reason to punch, chests give you a reason to explore, whilst Kratos and Atreus give you a reason to care.
I'm just going to be quiet for this next bit and allow the logo to slowly appear on screen with dramatic music. No other words necessary.
Hello, yes, I'd like to make a purchase, please.
What are you buying?
I was wondering if you had a new upcoming PS5 remake of Resident Evil 4.
Stranger. Now that's...
A super amazing game, right? And if you couldn't tell, I am very excited for it.
Is that all, stranger?
Yes, please. Have all of my details. Have all of my money. Now, I'm not usually the type of person to buy things from strange men in dark alleys, but if the strange man in a dark alley is hiding a PS5 remake of Resident Evil 4 underneath their cloak, then I'll be in there quicker than a village full of Ganados sprinting to the local community centre on bingo night. As it happens, the strange man in a dark alley in this metaphor is Capcom in a well-lit office, probably selflessly remaking another iconic survival horror for our current gen pleasure. But for me, the most exciting thing about Resident Evil 4 being remade is that the original is my favourite Resi ever. At the time, it was a revelation. The fresh, over-the-shoulder, action-flavoured gameplay, so smooth and precise, it basically became the foundation of pretty much every survival horror that followed, including, somewhat poetically, the aforementioned remakes of both Resident Evil 2 and 3. And then there's that iconic cast. Leon, Ashley, Louis Serra, Ada. Oh, the thing in the water. Oh my god, can you imagine the water graphics on that bit on PS5? I'm very excited, if you couldn't tell. So excited, I think I might have to buy 2 copies when it arrives on the 24th of March 2023. One for me, and one that I will force Dave to play.
Thank you.
No thank you.
You know that feeling when you really want to practice your Jedi training but you just don't have enough floor space?
We've all been there. Thankfully, there's a bunch of brilliant Star Wars video games that allow you to get those satisfying swings in without any threat to bookshelves. Most excitingly, we've got none other than Star Wars Jedi Survivor, coming to scratch that Force-flavoured itch, stuffed with some of the most satisfying lightsaber combat you could wish for.
Not even the broom stacks up against this.
Returning to Cal Kestis' story, we follow the Jedi as he tries to keep ahead of the ever-looming Empire, bringing back all the narrative brilliance and combat action that made Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order so impressive.
Perhaps if I use my Force powers, I can will the game into existence before 2023.
Imagine a post-apocalyptic city draped in the decades-old tangle of nature's reclamation. Imagine hearing the screech of a distant predator as you fumble through a soup of vines and debris, desperately trying to work out where it's coming from. Imagine the weighty recoil of your gun as you fire off a shot into the dark, desperately trying to escape whatever creature stalks you. And you realise you're incredibly happy about all of these harrowing things because it means you are playing The Last of Us Part 1. This from the ground-up PS5 remake of Naughty Dog's peerless masterpiece, The Last of Us Part 1 promises the full emotional wallop of the original, now made even more potent by current-gen technology. The beauty of this newly remade world and the memories it untaps are sure to leave a lump in your throat. I, for one, cannot wait to return to this intoxicating environment, spores and all, when it arrives on PS5 on the 2nd of September. I'm sharpening all of my homemade shivs in preparation. So, there are 6 amazing games headed to PS5 that prove video games truly have an incredible future. Which PS5 games are you most looking forward to? Let us know in the comments below. This has been PlayStation Access. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and we'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.